Today on the My Gardener channel, we're going to see if the Garden Genie gloves, otherwise known as the Honey Badger gloves, are worth it or not. Let's go. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode here on the My Gardener channel. Really excited for this one because it was one of the most requested Worth It episodes we've ever had. So I know I haven't done a Worth It episode in a long time. I do want to bring this series back. Well, I never really went away, but do them a little more frequently because they're really fun to do, and it kind of just gives people a break, allows them to see a cool product, an interesting product, a quirky product, and see if it's worth it or not. I really honestly don't know what I think about this one. I've seen the ads on TV. The Garden Genie gloves, there's also another one called a Honey Badger glove. They're both exactly the same. Didn't have it in the budget to compare the two. So if you've tried the Honey Badger gloves, let me know what you thought about them in the comments box below. I'll tell you what I think of the Garden Genie gloves. These were the original. These were as seen on TV. And with anything as seen on TV, I feel like it's about 80 to 90% gimmick, but there are some that I know a lot of people swear by. Around the holidays, you know, the light show ones that project the lights on the house, that was originally an as seen on TV, and I have never seen more people using that, that product in my entire life. It is such a popular product, so I can't hate on it just because it was as seen on TV. We'll just have to try it out, see what we think about it. As always, I'll give you my honest opinion, and at the end, I'll tell you if it's worth it or not. But the first thing I will say right off the bat is the fact that I personally do see a need for, having some type of protection. But in my opinion, I feel gloves are ample enough. I know what's in my soil. I can safely say without a doubt that there's nothing that's going to harm me in my soil, but that's not the case for everybody. I know in a lot of cases I've heard people say, I found glass, I found used needles. Having some type of protection is definitely important, and I would always recommend it. I mean, it's just for, just convenience. You don't have to have dirt dug deep underneath your nails. Some people that doesn't bother. It doesn't bother me that much. But, if I'm going out later that day or I just don't feel like having dirt caked underneath my nails, I'll put on gloves from time to time. I want to just try these out. Let's put them on. They are, I got the large size, but it says one size fits most. So I'm not sure. I got a large, but one size fits most. Maybe all they make is a large. I don't know. So, all right, here's the product here. Just a box with these. I guess you don't need much more than that, so try it out here. It looks like a regular, kind of like a regular neoprene style glove. I do like the neoprene gloves a lot. They're very good if you are someone that that does get blisters when working with garden tools. I used to get blisters all the time. I switched to a neoprene glove. I absolutely really enjoyed it. And then I stopped getting blisters for whatever reason. My hands just are permanently calloused, I guess, and they don't blister anymore. So I don't wear gloves for that reason anymore, but I will wear neoprene from time to time. So first impression, it's weird because you don't have claws on both hands, which I guess would also be weird having claws on both hands, but they don't bend all the way. Like I can make a fist, and because of the material, it goes past your knuckle on these claws. So if you can see, I can only go about like a third of the way down before I honestly can't bend my hand anymore. So if you're trying to really grab something, you really got to like push really hard with your fist. Like you got to really clench your fist, because this material, it pulls on the neoprene and actually will pull, it's pulling the glove up because of the knuckle being so high on these. But, it's still not, it's a little uncomfortable if I'm being honest, but it's not like it's the end of the world, because also too, another thing I just thought, it'd be kind of nice to have the claws on the non-dominant hand, because I'm grabbing most things, I'm doing most things with my right hand since I'm right-handed. And I feel like, obviously then left-handed people would be upset too. I feel like what would be really nice is to have these as an extension on the gloves, like give you just the gloves, but sell the claws maybe I'm not sure how you do that, or I don't know. Maybe have a glove that fits on either hand. I don't even know if they make that, but I just feel like since it's my dominant hand, I feel like I'm a little bit handicapped since I don't do a whole lot with my left hand. I mean, I do most of my grabbing and stuff with my right hand. So if I'm gonna grab a plant, I'm gonna grab it with my right hand and dig with my left so I can plant it. I don't know, I just, control thing. I like to have a little more control. So let's give them a shot though. Let's see how they dig. Let's put that through the first test. I'd be interested to see. I mean, I don't have really hard soil, so it won't be much of a test, but we'll give it a test nonetheless. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's see. Well, I'm actually surprised. I mean, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I didn't think they'd dig this easily. Here's just a bare hand. Well, I mean, hey, I'll be honest. I mean, it's definitely harder to dig with the bare hand. It's not like it took me a whole lot more, much more effort, but I will say that these did dig a lot better than my bare hand alone. Because of the claws, they have less surface area than my bare hand that kind of has a tendency to kind of pack and scrape as you go. So, I mean, I can definitely see a use for digging. I can't say it's any better than just a shovel, to be honest. I mean, I can dig a hole with a shovel in, honestly, probably like maybe less amount of time than just using gloves alone. But, I mean, I have to admit it actually dug a lot easier than I thought it would. And it didn't quite bother me that I couldn't, you know, like collapse my hand together into a fist because of the fact that, I mean, I'm just scooping the soil as it is. So I feel like I don't know what I feel like a honey badger, I guess. But no, I mean, I can get a pretty deep hole with, you know, without much effort at all because of these claws here. And I do feel like it offers a little bit more protection if you did have something in your soil, because these are really hard. I guess they're made of for PVC. So these are really hard claws, whereas this thin neoprene will offer some protection against like rocks and stuff. But if it's glass or needles, like I said, I think those would puncture pretty much right through this. So, I mean, yeah, I can see it has a use. They said you can like rake with them. I guess, yeah, I can see that use too. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, again, I can rake with my other hand just the same. That's not necessarily a huge benefit, but you can rake with them. All right, so I am going to do one final test here. I have much harder clay soil. This is where our brambles are. They do like kind of that harder soil. So I know not everyone has really soft compost like I do. So I wanted to put them to the test. This is going to be the last test to see if they really do kind of dig as well as they did in the looser soil. And we'll see kind of how they fare. So wow. Okay, I mean, honestly, it is surprising, but one thing I am finding that's rather strange is that, let's say one claw catches, it kind of has a tendency to not really dig as well. I mean, I'd much rather use a shovel, to be honest, than just my hand, because it doesn't really dig a nice round hole. It has a tendency to kind of, like, your fingers kind of like catch in different places. So it has a tendency to dig awkwardly, you know, like whichever claw kind of catches deeper than the next claw. But it did dig. I mean, it really did dig pretty well, honestly. Okay, so after doing that last test, I came back and looked at the back of the box. I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure if they were PVC or not, and I checked, and sure enough, it says they're made from durable ABS plastic. So a little bit better than PVC, still a little bit better than PVC. But you know, I'm really torn, honestly. I'm really torn because here's what I'm thinking. If I need a job that requires a shovel, I'll still have to have a shovel on hand. And these don't allow me to wear regular garden gloves. So not only do I still have, I mean, because if I come out to the garden, I don't need to plant anything. I'm not going to be wearing these because I'm just coming out to the garden to maybe, you know, harvest or whatever. If I'm not digging a hole, these are unnecessary. And that's really all they're super good at, is digging. So if I'm going to be digging and I need something more, more heavy duty than these, I'll have a shovel on hand. And a shovel can do anything that these can do. And so there's a little bit too much of a crossover, in my opinion, for them to be worth it for me. Because like I said, you're still gonna need garden gloves for any job other than digging, if you wanna wear garden gloves. You're still going to need a shovel if it requires more than these do. And anything that a shovel can do, these can do. Or I mean, anything that these can do, a shovel can do, I should say. So these are kind of an unnecessary purchase, but I will leave it up to all of you. I want to know what you think in the comments box below, and if you've tried them, how you like them. I'm not bashing them. They definitely work. They were actually quite surprising for the price point. Definitely a lot better than I was expecting, to be honest. But just with those crossovers and overlaps, I find it's a little unnecessary of a purchase, and I'd rather just buy something super high quality. It's gonna last me a very long time in terms of gloves and a shovel, rather than having this one overlapping product that I might grab, but it also might sit on the shelf all summer long and never get used. So I'm not sure, honestly. So I'd like to hear your opinion. And also, one thing too that I did not really test it out is on really heavy clay soil. I'd be hard pressed to think that they would be able to dig through that, whereas a shovel could. But again, if you have really hard, heavy clay soil, I think you have bigger problems to deal with than digging a hole, because chances are you're probably not gonna have that great of success in the garden anyways. So you might wanna fix the soil first before you worry about digging holes. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. I really found this one pretty fun and interesting. You know, it's always fun to see what kind of products are out there. So I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something new, whatever that would be. And as always, remember to give this video a thumbs up if you wanna see more Worth It episodes. And as always, remember to grow big or go home. We'll catch you later. See ya. Bye.